everyone. My name is Amanda Waldhart, and you are here with Amanda's InspirationStation.com. So today is March 31st, and for our weekly Wednesday, I have two Easter projects for you. One is a treat, and one is a card for all of you who love cards and for all of you who love 3D treat projects. All right, so both of them are completely different in the fact that we're using completely different colors of cardstock and designer series paper and things like that. But we are using the Springtime Joy stamp set. I think the lamb and the bunny is so cute. And of course the little chick. The little chick is cute too. So we're going to be using the Springtime Joy stamp set. We are also going to be using the Itty Bitty Greeting stamp set. Now the stamp that we are using from this is the Easter Blessings, which is right here. This stamp set is on the retired list, so it's a great stamp set that has lots of sayings, but they're little. And I find that it's nice to have smaller sentiments, as well as it is nice to have large sentiments, but smaller sentiments can fit into smaller areas. Sometimes a project just needs a small sentiment. So today we're also using the ornate frame dies, and the one that we are using is this one, which is perfect again for the small sentiment because that's where we're stamping in the Easter blessing. So we are going to be using this one right here. We are also going to be using the Scripty 3D embossing folder. This embossing folder gives the embossed look of writing. I like this one. I think it's fabulous, and that is also on the retired list. So some of these items are on the retired list. Another item we're going to use today that's on the retired list is the classic label punch. This is where we're going to use this right here. This is on the retired list. So if you want, oops, and one more thing is on the retired list. This ribbon right here that we're going to use today is the silver, metallic silver edged ribbon. This is also on the retired list. We're coloring it today with our blend in Melon Mambo, so that's cute, and I'll get to that in a moment. But this is also on the retired list. So with that said, Rococo Rose, we're using the blends today. That's on the retired list. So we have a few things on there. The other things that we're using is the Heartfelt Punch. That is carrying over. It is not, it does show that it's retiring with the bundle, with the stamp set, but the punches will be carrying over. And then we have our Label Me Lovely punch that we're using today. That is also staying. So, all right, so we have a few of our things right there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. Let's start with the card, and then we'll go ahead and get into the treat holder. This treat is so cute, and we'll talk more about that. So I'm going to set the card here. Also, if you want to purchase any of these items that are on the retired list, they are while supplies last. So you can go straight to Amanda's InspirationStation.com and you can shop right there. I do have a Hostess code, and beginning tomorrow, today's March 31st, but beginning tomorrow, April 1st, if you spend $50 with me before shipping and tax, you will receive a free simple chamois from me. I will be mailing the simple chamois out free of charge. So if you don't live locally, I will mail that to you free of charge, but I will not be mailing it until the end of April, just so you know, because I'm running this special the entire month of April. So for anybody who spends $50 with me before shipping and tax, will receive the simple chamois cleaner for free. And give me a second and I will, let's look to see where that is. Right here. So it's on page 163. The simple chamois, it is an $8 value. So this is free with any purchase of $50 from me. But that does exclude clubs. So that excludes Hostess Club. So this would be just any orders. All right, so let's go ahead and make this card here. We are using basic white thick, and it measures at 5.5 by 8.5. And then I just folded it in half and used my bone folder to varnish in the creases. But you could also score it, and that would be at 4.25. Now, instead of having our card go this way, we're going to have it go this way this time. I have a couple other pieces. I have a piece of mint macaron that I have cut at 4 by 5.25. Another piece of basic white, but this one is just the regular basic white. It is not the thick. This measures at 3 3/4 by 5 because that's what we're going to use as our layer. I've already, for the sake of the video, cut out the ornate frames piece. And then we just need an extra scrap because we're going to stamp the lamb, fussy cut him out, and pop him up. So let's go ahead and get started here. Let's do some stamping. We're going to get the lamb out. We're going to use our smoky slate ink pad. And you know what I'm going to grab? I'm going to grab some grid paper just really quickly because I could totally get ink on this black mat, and that would be fine. But my problem is then I don't see it, and it always ends up either on my hands or my card. All right, so I'm going to stamp him in the center first because that's where I know I'm going to stamp him again, and we're going to pop him up there. And then I'm going to go ahead, or her, she's kind of a girl, I think, with her flowers. Not that a boy lamb couldn't wear flowers, but I'm going to call her girl. So we're just going to go ahead and do it like that. I'm going to set this aside here. And I'm going to just stamp that right there. Okay. So we have that for stamping. And then the other stamping we're going to do is our sentiment. And I'm going to use Memento ink pad today. And I'm going to take my Easter blessing. And I'm just going to stamp right on that, just like that. There, now my stamping is completely done. So we can go ahead and we can start our coloring. So I used the dark mint macaron for the leaves here. So I'm just going to color in these leaves. I'll color fast. I am not that techie yet where I know how to fast forward the video when we are coloring. So there's that. I'm going to use dark Rococo Rose for the big flower here. And I'm just going to color it all the way in. And then the flower at the end here because I'm kind of doing every other flower. And then I'm using the light Flirty Flamingo for the other two flowers, just because I want some contrast of some different colors. And then we are going to go ahead, oops, I'm lying. I need the dark smoky slate because I want to color in her little feet. And then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and I'm going to color all over. Now, when you're doing the Wink of Stella right now, it does not matter if you go outside of the lines. This Wink of Stella might be almost gone. Let's do this one. Because you're going to fussy cut around. So if you go outside the lines, it's not a big deal. Do I need some Wink of Stella? Okay, let's see here. Well, all right. Oop, I got another one. Let's see if this one works. Oh, thank goodness. I was going to cry. Okay, we'll have to put that on the list. All right, so there's my Wink of Stella. Okay, I have my paper snips. And we are going to fussy cut all the way around here Again, I will fussy cut fast. I'm just going to kind of go around. It's natural. I don't think this is that hard to fussy cut out. This one's not too bad. So we'll just go like that, around that. As long as you turn your scissors once you've cut that part, it's really not that bad. There we go. One more, and there we go. There it is. There's our lamb. All right, so now we're going to pop up our lamb using our dimensionals. So we're going to get one more here and pop that, pop up. And we're just going to put it directly over the lamb that we had already stamped, okay? Now we need some ribbon, and this ribbon is from the Flowers for All Season. And that is a pack of ribbon. I love that ribbon. And did you guys notice that that ribbon was not on the discontinued list? Yay! That ribbon also comes with Misty Moonlight twine. And it also comes with that big white ribbon that I love. Here's the white ribbon. So it comes with these three. I love that. All three of these are like one of my favorite ribbons and twines. So I'm glad it was not on the discontinued list. All right, so I just went ahead and I put some Stampin' Seal because I wrapped that ribbon around that with basic white piece, and then I am going to go ahead and do that. Now, oops, I don't like it when the ribbon's loose and kind of flabby like that. So I always take a glue dot and I literally just kind of put it down. So that way it holds it in place and it stays. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to flip this over because I'm just doing this flat onto the card. And I'm going to put this on our card base. Now we do still need another piece to make our bow. So I do have my bow maker here and I'm just going to make my bow. And I do have a video that's just on this bow maker, but you just wrap your ribbon around whatever piece you cross it, and whatever piece is on the top is now the piece that's going to go underneath and through the pegs so that it's on the back side. And now it's just going to come back through the pegs. And then you're just going to tie it. But I do have a video on that. And we're going to trim like that. And I'm going to use a glue dot to adhere it on. We'll put that right over there. Cute. And then we just have to put our little Easter blessing on. Now I am going to pop that up, and I have some minis here. Although I think you probably could use your regular ones too. I think they fit. And we'll just pop that right across the top here. Now the last thing that we need to do is we need to put a pearl. So I have some basic pearls here, and I just want to put one right on her flower. And voila. Voila. Cute, simple Easter card. Now, I did stamp on the inside. Easter is a lovely reminder of new beginnings. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to get out our memento. And I have this. And this one is from the Springtime Joy. And I'm just going to ink that up. And I'm just going to put that right in the center. There we go. And you could leave it blank if you wanted to, but I left it like that. Cute. All right, so there is that project. Let's move on to the treat one, which is my favorite. I love treat stuff. So This project here is so adorable. First of all, I got these little marshmallow treat bunnies at our local Dollar Tree store. So we have a Dollar Tree. I know some people have different dollar stores. They're called different things, but I live in Janesville, Wisconsin, which is southern Wisconsin. And we have a Dollar Tree. And that is where I found these, and they came with 5 of them for $1. So you really could get two out of these. But they're so cute, and we're going to use a clear envelope. So we sell these clear envelopes in our catalog, our annual catalog, and that's what we're going to wrap them in. Now we need a few pieces here, and I've already, for the sake of video, I have done some punching already and some embossing. So I punched out in Melon Mambo. Sorry, I was thinking Mango Melody, but no, it's Melon Mambo. I punched out the heart already, and I ran it through the scripty embossing folder. And then this paper here, I did 2 different colors. I did Daffodil Delight and I did Soft Saffron. Now, they do come from 2 separate designer series paper stacks. They come by color, so they have subtles, brights, neutrals, regals. I just did it because I liked the contrast of the lighter and the darker color. But if you did not have that, or you do not have it at home, just use the same. It's not a big deal. And just so you know, these are also on the discontinued list because these patterns are leaving. So in the new annual catalog, we will still have 6x6 paper stacks by color. It's just the patterns are different. So if you like this pattern with the polka dot, then you'll want to pick some up. All right, so we have Melon Mambo cardstock here, and this Melon Mambo cardstock measures at 6 by 3 1/4. And then the designer series paper, whenever I'm planning on using this stuff, I try to get the most out of this because it is only a 6x6 piece of paper. I like to try to get the most out of this. So 6x6, I cut it at 3 inches. That gives me 2 pieces. And then I turned it and I cut it at 5 3/4. So this is 5 3/4 by 3. Technically, with one of these sheets of paper, I could make 2 of these then. So we're going to attach this flat onto our cardstock. This is a fun and easy treat. So I'm just going to do this like this, okay? Now, we are going to want some notches on each side here. I am using the 1/2 inch circle punch that Stampin' Up used to sell a long time ago. You may have your own 1/2 inch circle punch. You may have another punch that you could use that's just small like this. That is what I would do. Now, I do have a pencil here because what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, this sounds silly, but I want to make sure that I'm centered at the top and on the bottom, okay? So I'm going to kind of count my circles here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we know there's 12 circles here. So I'm going to go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically what I want to do is on the 6th circle on each side, I'm going to want to punch in that notch. And I'm only going to punch in 1/2 of a circle. So I'm going to kind of lift this up a little bit. I'm literally only punching 1/2 of that circle, just like that. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on here because it's the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to want to punch right here. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. Okay. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure I was counting that right. Again, we're only going to want to do 1/2 of it like that. That way I know that it is not where one circle is like over here and one's over here. It's equal. All right. So now that we have that part done, we're going to set these pieces aside for a moment because I have some scrap pieces of basic white cardstock here too. So let's get our treat into our bag and do that first. And you are going to, I used some Scotch tape here too. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our bunnies, it doesn't matter what side you put your bunnies in, just put your bunnies either to the right or to the left. And then what I did is I did peel the back off here, and I did make it so that it stays down like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half like this, okay? And this is where we are going to need our Scotch tape, because we're going to fold it in half, and we're going to put our Scotch tape like that, okay? Now, we are going to put our Scotch tape away because we don't need that. But we are going to need some tear tape. I also want to share with this that many of you may have seen that the tear tape is also on the retired list. Please don't panic. They do have another one coming in the new annual catalog. I'm not even sure if it's called tear tape yet, but it's just reconfigured. So this particular one is leaving, yes, but there will be another one in there. All right, so we're just going to peel this off the backing. And what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of center this right on the back of our little cardstock, okay? I'm just going to do that. How cute is this? I just love this. All right, so now we have that done, okay? So now let's do our bunny. We're going to need our memento, and we're going to need our little bunny. We're going to stamp him. There's our bunny. And then we're going to need to do some little bit of coloring here. So let's do some coloring. I tried to match the colors of the packaging of the bunny. So we're going to use the dark melon mambo. We're going to use the dark shaded spruce, and then we're going to use the dark daffodil delight. So those are the colors that I chose for it. So we need the dark shaded spruce because that's going to be our little leaves here, like that. And then we're going to do, just like we did with the other card, there's 4 flowers, so we're going to do every other one. So I got my melon mambo here, and then I got that, and then we'll do the daffodil delight. And then we're going to color this in with Wink Stella as well. And again, fussy cut out. So we're just going to kind of color in, and I just made that bleed a little bit, so I don't want to do that. So I had to wipe that off. All right. Get our bunny. That's all right. So our bunny has a little bit of a pink ear. And that is totally fine. And I'm just going to let that sit for a second before I put this together. So what I'm going to do is we need a little hole punch. So again, I have a Stampin' Up! Little hole punch. I know that most office supply stores have these little hole punches. So you just need a little hole punch. I am going to pop this up using dimensionals, but I needed the hole punch, and I will show you why. Because we're going to attach that in a little bit. I'm going to cut out a piece of this white baker's twine that comes with the Blushing Bride baker's twine, and this is the snail mail twine combo pack. So we are going to use that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my twine and I'm going to put the 2 ends together. And before I attach the heart on there, I'm going to stick my twine through the hole, beginning with the front of it. So now I have this loop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the back side in through this loop. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just attaching it like that. Now, it's just easier to attach it like that before you put this down. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach it like that. So now I have this part right here, okay? Now we need to stamp the Easter blessing, or I'm sorry, no, we're not doing Easter blessing on this one. We're doing the For You, which is also in the itty bitty greetings. So I'm going to just kind of stamp it randomly on a scrap piece of cardstock that I have. I'm going to now use this classic label punch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in all the way to the end here like this. Because notice how I want the arrow to be on the left side. I'm going to punch it. Now, if you don't have enough scrap to do a whole classic label, that's totally fine. You're gonna cut this off anyway. So now I'm literally gonna cut this off. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of room on this side to tuck it under, but we're gonna cut that down. All right, so there's that. Now let's go ahead and cut out our little bunny. And we'll just do our little bunny here. So does everybody have some nice plans for Easter this year? We usually don't do a whole lot for Easter. I do have my parents are going to come over. We started this new tradition, and I know this is going to sound completely crazy. And we started it kind of last year in crazy 2020, where we do fried chicken and waffles. And my kids loved it. We liked it. And we do everything homemade from scratch. And we do it all together, and it's fun. And we don't do it any other time throughout the year. We just do it on Easter. So I know that sounds kind of funny, but it's a fun little thing that we do with the girls. And now this year we invited my mom and dad to come over. And they're coming as well for fried chicken and waffles. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place the bunny up here, and I did pop the bunny up. I'm also going to pop one side of this up of my label punch here, but I am going to tuck it under there like that. So we're just going to kind of tuck like that. There we go. See? Very cute. This is so cute. I just love this. All right, so now we have to do the twine around, and then we also have to do the ribbon. So let's color the ribbon first. I want to make sure that I get enough ribbon to do a nice big bow. So I'm kind of going to do a big piece like this. All right, and all you have to do is take your whatever color you want to color it in your blend, which I'm going to use Melon Mambo. And you literally just have to color it. And then you just kind of go like this. It's fun. I've done this quite a few times in different colors. It really looks good in black. I've done this in Pool Party, Bermuda Bay. Of course, this ribbon is leaving, so if you want it and you like it and you want to use it with your blends, now would be the time to grab that up. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of let that dry while we go ahead and wrap this. So I'm going to get out my twine again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of unroll it a bit because I want to do something. I'm going to start with the back. And I'm going to kind of flip it over. I want enough room at the top here because we're going to wrap it around, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But I want enough room at the top here so that once I wrap it back up, I can tie it in in a bow. So what I'm going to do is I think this is plenty. This is plenty. I'm going to put my finger back here just to hold it in place. So I have this like dangling and I have my finger. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, and I'm going to do it 1 more time and bring it up like this. Okay. And what I'm going to do is then I'm going to cut up here. See how now I have it up here where I can tie this in a bow? And I'm going to tie that just like that. And I'm going to do a bow. I'm going to get out my Mickey ears and I'm going to do a bow. Okay. There we go. So there's our bow. Easy peasy, right? We just kind of tied some different things here. Now we have our ribbon here, and I'm going to tuck our ribbon underneath here, like this, underneath our twine, so that we have about equal amount on each side. I'm going to bring the bow down, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie another bow. And once you color this ribbon, it does make the ribbon a little more stiffer. Okay, so I just did a knot. Now I'm going to do my Mickey ears, and I kind of want my Mickey ears to be big. And then I'm going to just kind of pull that to the side like that. And hopefully turn it down. There we go. And I'm going to tighten that. So I want that a little tight. All right, let's get that a little tighter. There we go. Okay, so now I have two bows here. That bow's a little crazy. There we go. There we go. And we'll just kind of trim that off a little bit, trim that up a little bit. All right, so now I have my bow at the top. I have this bow, and now we have this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of tie this around the bow to attach it on up here. So I'm just going to tie this. You can never have enough bows. You could tie a bunch of bows and they will all look pretty. So I'm going to tie that once, and then I'm going to tie it again in a bow. And then I'm going to... So now that I have this tied tight with these loops, what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip the loops so that it looks like just some extra pieces of that twine just kind of hanging. Okay, and voila. My bow doesn't want to, there we go. Yay, there we go. So there is our little treat. Super cute. Not hard. I don't think that was hard, right? So there is your treat. This is just something so cute. If you got, grandkids, you could put this in their little Easter basket. Maybe you have some coworkers, you just want to give them something a little special. It's not that hard. It's easy. Again, you can get 2 of these for 1 package, but really if you bought 2 packages, then you would get, let's see here, 2, 4, 5 of them. Yes, I had to do the math there because had a brain moment. Okay, so there's your treats. There's your cards. I hope you guys had enjoyed this Weekly Wednesday, but most importantly, I hope you guys enjoy your Easter this Sunday. And you have a good time, and hopefully you'll be able to spend it with at least a little bit of some family. So have a great Easter. If you want to shop any of these products, especially the retired ones, just go to amandasinspirationstation.com. If you wait till tomorrow on April 1st and you spend $50 before shipping or tax, use this Hostess code, which will be in the link below. And at the end of the month, I will mail you a simple chamois for free, valued at $8. Okay. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.